9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Oh, good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to IdiOtBlog 367.
Strong symphony.
Today we're featuring New 11. What's New 11? Who is New 11? New 11 is my in real life little brother's. Here he is. His rap group. Who are the members? Well, there's two primary members, Andrew Burns and Raylan Mack. He doesn't know I'm featuring him, but he might find out.
In the skies.
This is New 11 Symphony. You can find New 11 at bandlab.com/band/NEW11.
My emotions thrown until I'm home. I'm still flying like a bird, man. I'm loving the way I feel, like I'm rolling diamonds up against that wood grain wheel. I'm still shining with the king, and I stay riding with the trio. I put Christ above everything. I'm dying for his wheel. New 11 music from Seattle, rockin' supersonic. Every time when I be on it, I be sounding super high, like I be on some hydroponics. But I ain't smoking on that chronic. I don't need it when I'm gliding. The moon and the sun colliding. Stars are shining when I'm rhyming.
What's up, guys? Let me know if I'm having issues here on the lab. It seems like it's a little bit glitchy today. We'll see if that resolves or not.
Until we're dying. Out this world, floating high, elevation super fly, lifted like a rocket ship. I'm shifting when I'm flying by, never coming down to earth. The atmosphere is where I ride. New 11 Symphony is orchestrated in the skies.
And we ain't coming
Down,
and we ain't
coming down.
in this galaxy of rhythm.
Raylan,
We ain't coming down, and
Mac,
we ain't coming down, and we ain't coming down.
New 11
The Witness.
Symphony is orchestrated in the sky.
Ain't no way I'ma let you.
And my
just
brother
take
is the
shine.
rebel.
I won't let you take what's mine. One thing I learned in life, not to waste your time. I say a prayer for you, have a peace of mind. Just a thought
Peace
for
of
peace,
mind.
the crime, the treason that the beast will sign. New 11 Symphony, we aliens above the sky. Out the angel round Christ, I know I'm an angel in disguise. Eagle wings sit on my back, 12 feet long, take flight with that. Dying earth I left behind on fire, ocean floors will crack. Yeah, there ain't no turning back. All my worries off the map. Money matrix, money
So,
whack.
beats are
Living in
produced
this
by
matrix
different,
trap.
all kinds of different
New
people.
11 Mac. Train these actors on my track.
But the
Run this
engineering
life
is done by
Jesse
me,
Owens. Finally the
especially,
final round. Witness of
the early
day I
stuff.
shine.
And
Serving
over-
Jesus, serpents fry. Christ
and
said
over
I
some
will
period of
never
time,
die. My spirit lives
my
ahead
brother
of time.
learned
Knowing that I'm
the
chosen,
engineering,
though I
and he kind of
suffer
took
for
over the
moment.
engineering.
Let's be honest about the chronic. You ain't high when you still grounded, right?
Master of Nothing. So that's who does this beat right here. Some of these have tags, some of them don't, so I'll be able to tell you the beat makers or producers, if you want to call them that. There's a couple things I want to talk about. I want to talk about two main things. The formula for getting a good rap sound, a good clean tone, like what you're hearing right now out of me. This would work great for rapping.
Out this world floating high.
Out this world floating high. Can you see what I mean? Flying by.
Down to earth, the atmosphere is where I ride.
Where I ride.
Is orchestrated in the sky.
And we ain't
Coming down,
and
we ain't coming down.
in this galaxy of rhythm. We ain't
Coming down,
and we ain't
coming down,
and we ain't coming down.
New 11 Symphony is orchestrated
in the sky. New 11. You gotta like them. It's Christian rap with flair. It's got a 90s feel. It's got new modern day topics with modern day skill sets. Oh yeah. What?
Out this world, floating high, elevation super fly, lifted like a rocket ship. I'm shifting when I find your bot. Never coming down to earth, the atmosphere is where I ride. New 11 Symphony is orchestrated
In the sky.
And we ain't coming down, and we ain't coming down. In this galaxy of rhythm, we ain't coming down, and we ain't coming down, and we ain't coming
I know a lot of these songs, so I'll be rapping along with them. That's New 11 Symphony. Next track are the 3 that were released today. I found 7 or 9 or so of these tracks from their very, very early era, so more to come. I thought we finished it earlier this year, but I keep looking through the files. This is Claiming Christ. So you can hear their earlier production versus the little later stuff.
Describe the prophet, she be talking about her grandson. I just smile and laugh at church, cause I'm the man, son. New breed, I've been to see, they see the Martian handsome. Witness spit back, I got the monster in the can, more energy, they feeling me, yeah, Christ back in my soul, and plus my God the Father.
Today we are simulcasting, as you can see, BandLab at IdiOtBlog, Facebook at Christopher Burns, and YouTube, Mob Crush, and Twitch at username IdiotBurns.
Claiming my Christ, he is risen. On the right, I'm shining blind in your vision. Watch the collision. And I want to bring you closer to Christ. Christians be spitting. Yeah, what I gotta talk about him. Can't even walk without him. We wouldn't be here at all. Just witness thoughts about him. Then got the Father, please forgive him for that. Then I'm into an archangel. New 11 is back.
You ain't know, cause you ain't seen it coming. Christ is coming. We are running for the throne, so we live for something. Yeah, you ain't know. No, we claiming our Christ to death. You ain't know. No, we claiming our Christ to death. You ain't know, cause you ain't seen it coming. Christ has spoken, he has risen, he has opened us to the rhythm. Yeah, you ain't know. No, we claiming our Christ to death. You ain't know. No, we claiming our Christ to death. I'm asking for discernment, so I'm feeling it in my sermon. Claiming Christ, so I be burning the fire for Christ I'm serving. Yeah, my life be purchased. I was wicked, but now I worship. I ain't perfect, but through his burden, claiming Christ, I have a purpose. Yeah, oh my soul, I reach you, Lord, you have control. Claiming Christ, he is my goal, he is my life, and I need him more. Rhythm flipping on my goals, now my goals are preaching more. Preaching Jesus, seek him on my souls for the glory of the Lord. Yeah, I keep on bending it, the world you can't contend with it. The rap we spit is crazy, New 11, the word defending it. This is
okay, I just did something for the first time. I sent a poll out, and that poll asks, do you like this artist right here, the Rebel, or the other guy, the Witness, more? It's not a contest, I just want to know. You ain't know. My brother is a white guy, obviously, and the other guy is a black guy. So it's black and white, both sides of the coin, both perspectives on working for Christ in the era of man.
Christ.
This is a witness.
My life. So I'm transforming like a transformer with my angel. I'm hype. I can feel it when I write. My insight is so bright. Just like lightning when I'm striking, like a light man on the mic. New 11 ain't even hype, I just be chilling on my mic. I'm superhuman like grilling guys, Omega, mighty on mic. Just feeling like twice the pain, sitting all in my brain. Blood's all over me, yeah, Christ, he came in my life today. And he been in my life before, so I gotta love Christ when I spit my storm or pain. Hurricanes spit blow the whole world away when the sun get lit. Everybody get hit when I'm at the
My internet's super slow today, so hope it ain't too glitchy.
The fire is burning, the witness flame is torching. I'm claiming my Christ, the only king in the fortune. He's waiting for me, I know that my life's important. Follow me to Christ, don't lose your faith for it's abortion.
You ain't know, cause you ain't seen it coming. Christ is coming, we are running for the throne, so we live for something, yeah. You ain't know, no.
You ain't know,
You ain't know, no. We claiming our Christ today. You ain't know, cause you ain't seen it coming. Christ is spoken, he has risen, he has opened us to the rhythm, yeah.
Looks like it's working across the simulcast on all web pages. That's what I was checking.
Claiming our Christ today. You ain't know, cause you ain't seen it coming. Christ is coming, we are running for the throne, so we live for something, yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't know, no. We claiming our Christ today.
It's got a nice fade out.
We claiming our Christ today. You ain't know.
Not a lot of their tracks fade out, and when I hear a fade coming, it's pretty cool. I have something I want to read. I bookmarked it to read it to you guys. It's not a book or a sermon or anything like that. It's actually relevant to music and copyright and stuff like that.
Hey,
This track here is called
they witness.
I'm So Gone.
Witness. I'm gone. Yeah. I'm so out of space. Lightning in your face. Holy Spirit in me, Christ gon' let me spark the way.
2 Corinthians 5:17 says, Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, and the new is here. New 11. I'm so gone.
People want to do is party. Like live your life, you might just catch me rocking at your party. But I be Christian,
Okay.
be different, written in the
I got this from the BandLab blog. This is not lawyer talk, but it's about as close as you can get for free. God bless BandLab for giving this deep knowledge out. Music rights, insights, and implications. You've just composed a fresh track, gone from a working title to giving it a name. You share it with your friends, and you're already looking forward to your next creation. And all of this excitement that you bring into creating music, there will be a tendency to have skipped out on one very important step for your freshly weaved track: owning it, both on stage and off of it. Music, in its purest form, stems from a spontaneous creative process and an artist's manner of expression, open to adaptation, interpretation, participation, and enjoyment. Before the Industrial Revolution, there wasn't a fixed definition of who has what rights, and what roles the artist had in music creation or performance. But times are different now. Technology has altered the way music is created, distributed, and consumed. And it was then that roles and rights of music were defined and assigned economic value. Not so much to put narrow definitions and quantitative values to music, but for the music to be recognized, and possibly the artist to be recognized. I'm getting a lot of glitchy stuff on the BandLab side, so I'm going to move on over to the YouTube. Okay. This has allowed musicians to commit to music as a job or as a hobby that now pays bills. Type of music rights. Let's talk about the music rights in today's modern age and how they related to the workflow of creating, manufacturing, and then distributing the music. It's in that order: creating, manufacturing, and then distributing. Composition rights is the first type of right. A song's first word or hymn could transpire from a scribble of a lyric on a napkin, a sharp strum of a guitar, or many other methods. It progresses with a tune, sometimes lyrics, and then the addition of more instruments. There's your underlying score. There's your musical work. And here are your author's rights that come with. Basically, that's when the author begins to gain rights. So, master rights. What does that mean? That is, let's see. Let's go with an example of the song you've just written. Let's imagine your sister filling in with the lyrics to that song. The two of you perform it one evening at a local bar. And in one lucky twist of fate, a record company representative shows up in time for your show. The two of you perform and tells you he'd like to record a copy of the song. Now your song is going to be fixed into a physical copy. Let's say vinyl or sound recording, we'll call it. Digital formats of your song, perhaps. Before that, though, the record company will need a mechanical license from the song's compositional rights owners. That means the person that performed it first or recorded it first. That's a form of publication. I'm talking off here a little bit. That publication instantly gives the creator the rights, whether it's your sister, you, or both of you. So you will need a mechanical license from the song's composition rights owner, i.e. you for the underlying score and your sister for the lyrics in this case. It's worth noting that composition rights are essentially inherent rights. You get them automatically. So by granting a mechanical license to the record company, you acknowledge that the company is using your song, limited to the license clauses, terms and conditions that you and perhaps a lawyer agree upon. Not their lawyer, your lawyer. Be smart about it. Sometimes you gotta go with their lawyer, so bring a different lawyer in to double check their lawyer. I'm just saying. Let's go one step further. After successful sales of your original single, a singer from another corner of the world loves your song so much that she goes on to record an acoustic cover or something like that nature. This creates another separate sound recording, wherein that person creating that version is the performer, and she will need a mechanical license to fix the second version of your musical work. And since your original music work now has multiple sound recordings, your record company owns the song's master rights. Performer rights. What do those mean? To simplify this, using the same example of the two sound recordings, the performer lists look like this. For the original song recording, there's the main artist, you, the guitar player, and the secondary artist, your sister, the singer. And for the acoustic or cover song, if you will call it that, the cover recording, the separate recording from somebody else across the globe, perhaps, in another corner of the world, like Singapore, or like somewhere in Europe, or Africa. Really doesn't matter. It could be China. I wouldn't say you could really institute rights in North Korea, but I don't think they're listening to this music anyways. I digress. So the acoustic song or cover song recording. The main artist, the cover singer, and the secondary artist, the cover singer's friend, the guitar player. Music rights are often discussed and negotiated together with performer rights, since there is a direct relationship between each sound recording and the list of performers who participated in that recording. You'll find more about this in performers' rights. To recap, let's recap this. This is all from BandLab, so thank you, BandLab. We've thrown you a couple of terms, so let us clarify what these are again. Music work, your song in its purest form, whether a lyric in your notes or a phone-recorded partial of your guitar. Victory. That's the original version of Victory. Sound recording, your song but now recorded. This could be in physical form from your CDs, vinyls, cassette tapes, or in a digital form like an MP3 or WAV file. This is what each of these characters and entities mentioned in the narrative above now owns. Your sister and you, as performers of your song, you own both the compositional rights inherent to the original sound recording and the performer's rights in that copy. The record company, since the record company funded the fixing of your music into a physical copy or sound recording, distributed them worldwide with marketing and promotional efforts to make your profile, to raise your profile through A&R and all other methods and boost your song. They own the master rights since you negotiated that to them with a lawyer, but you're going to get some small cut. Now the people behind the acoustic cover, since they were only performers in the acoustic version of the original sound recording, they own the performer's rights to their copy, but if the cover artist recorded it in a small studio that they owned themselves without going through a record company, they own the master rights of that acoustic copy as well, that sound recording. The rights that we've discussed above are universally recognized and are used as benchmarks and guidelines when navigating through the complicated world of music rights. Not all countries, however, have rectified or recognized all three types of rights, like China, and drafted laws to uphold them in its territories. And they especially don't care about patents, but we'll talk about that some other day. If you are an aspiring musician chasing a career towards stardom and royalties, check out the following links for further tips, insights into the legal aspects. So for composers, go to www.cisac.org. For performers, go to scapr.org. And there's more to it than that. You can find it at the blog. But musical rights with BandLab. Music rights are drawn and conceptualized based on the workflow process we've described above. But with technology giving us new possibilities each day, new waves of creating and sharing music are increasingly becoming available. In BandLab, we pride ourselves on spontaneity that encourages creation and collaboration. A creation is composed and performed at the same time, while collaborators are invited to adapt, revise, and improvise any way they know how. Instead of traditionally having one music work springing up many sound recordings and then linking them to their prospective performers, BandLab's workflow is essentially flipped. Each revision of the track with added track layers or collaborators becomes a separate music work in its own right, linking to the composers and performers who have a contributor or who have contributed. Each revision then has the potential to become one sound recording. as a user of BandLab, knowing how music rights function in the rest of the world will come in handy. In the event that you, along with your collaborators, would like to commercialize any of your musical works, a basic understanding of these rights can generate much healthier conversations. So, if you're a fully independent artist, you could skip a record company distributing. And what would that do? That would allow you to be the distributor, and that would allow you to take all the profits. And when someone else does a copy, you would still own the direct publication of the original music rights, and you would decide with them if they can or can't profit and how much. They would need to literally kind of ask you and pull you in. So here's a little note. This post or this discussion is for general information purposes only. It's not intended to constitute any sort of legal advice. It's not a substitute for consultation with a qualified lawyer in your own jurisdiction and should not be relied upon as such. If you need legal advice, contact a lawyer directly. But if you are working here on BandLab and then you're using SoundCloud or some other service like that to publish your music onto platforms, that is your music, uniquely yours. I would be careful and try and read the fine print about how much you get of that stuff you get to keep, but I'd say it's pretty close to 100%.
That's humble confidence. Confidence in the power of Jesus, humility, knowing that I'm no better than anybody else.
I own my musical rights to all my stuff. But that being said, I don't at this time hold anybody back by requiring them to do anything to obtain my musical rights. They can literally just go and fork my stuff and enjoy it. But that being said, these are my compositions, and forking it does not mean I am without recourse. I have the ability to basically, once I claim my musical rights, I could have the ability to pull compensation. I hope I never have to do that. I hope people are always honest with me. But hey, whatever. I could be underground famous, and I'd be fine with it. But that would be cool to share. So, what are we going to talk about here on the main topic? We're going to talk about getting a good sound and what you got to do. And it's pretty easy. It's not difficult. The first thing you need to do is make sure you have a quiet space. The second thing you want to do is you want to not push your preamp. If you have lights that indicate like a green, yellow, red, you don't want it going in the yellow with your vocals. You want to keep a little bit of space from the microphone. It would be nice to have a pop filter. And it's important to add small amounts of reverb. Maybe a small amount of compression. And to EQ, just small little bumps, 2 or 3 decibels in a certain spots, maybe 2 or 3 spots, to sweeten up your voice and to take out high tones and to maybe embellish that resonant zone of your voice. For me, it's kind of lower. Some people, they might have way too much resonance in a high zone and they would want to kind of bring it down a little bit. But you use the EQ to just kind of make it pop but not hop out of the track. You want it to sit over the track, and then you want to blend the volume so that it just slightly dominates. If you were to be aggressive, it would kind of almost compress the track below. And if you were to be soft, it would almost slide into the track. Now, this doesn't always apply for everything. Sometimes people want the voice to be distorted and hiding almost into the track and almost sound like a sound. But I'm talking about getting clear, concise, commercially viable vocals. So you want a microphone like this, you want an Omni mic, or you want a condenser mic, and you want a pop filter You want to give yourself space. Now, if you do only have a dynamic mic, your space is going to be a little bit more like this. But you'll see, if you're right here, it might have too much pop. But if you're right here, it's just a little bit of volume to bring it into the right zone. So, you'll want to add just a touch of reverb. I recommend bringing the decay out so it doesn't decay too quick, but then bringing the volume down so that it only the reverb only kind of shows itself at the end of certain words. As you can hear, I kind of resonate when I'm done speaking, but while I'm speaking, it just kind of sits behind the rest of the sounds and just kind of connects them like I sound like I'm in a room or a hall. Everybody's going to have a different preference. Some want hall, some want cathedral, some want room sound, and that's definitely a personal preference. I'm not going to tell you which way to go, but I like the hall sounds and the cathedral sounds, bringing the decay out, bringing the tone up just a touch, sharper than my voice is, and then bringing the mix down usually around 5% to 12%. I find that's usually the sweet spot. Not 25%, not 40%, but kind of in a lesser amount. Just so it kind of peaks in. How can you do that? Well, you want a large sound and a lot less volume so it doesn't sit in the mix. So maybe you sound like you're underneath of a freeway overpass in the middle of a quiet night. That's the kind of tone my ear prefers. Everybody might be different. This is a great song. We might have to take a pause and listen to this. This is The Realist.
We live for him, who we living for, we live for the king, cause we need him more, I need him in my soul, free for the sin and here we go, Drew the rebel, switch the flow, it's Drew the rebel, hit the flow, my God, my Lord is willing, repping the kingdom, we illin', breaking off is how we feeling, flexing, we preach it, they grilling, Drew the rebels back, on the mic again, they say we kill it, rebel with it, witness, this is crazy for my God, the realest, yeah buddy, need a little Jesus in the life we live in, the rebel crazy, we crushing mics for my God, the realist. I tell you who we be, it's all for you to see. We ballin' for the king, for the glory. Get a mic is what I bring. I know you see the flow and think we faking with the flow. You hating, you mistaken. We chasing Christ, the amazing bro. We crazy for the realist. I spit and praising the Holy Spirit. Bass bumping, the truck is banging. Christ is coming when you hear it. You can't deny the fact that Drew is back with another track, spitting them bars to the dark and preaching the gospel for the book of Acts. I got a book on Acts.
So what he'll do there when you get that he'll take just that word Acts, cut it out, and put it down on a separate track that has a delay or an echo. And then when he's done rapping, he'll just scoot it down on certain words. Oh, that needs it. Just to add flavor. Those are the kinds of things you pick up as you do it more and more. To the flesh, you can feel this. I look to Christ for direction. He ain't Chris saying I kill this, so I'm writing, spitting fire, igniting for the Messiah, reciting till I retire, inspired till I expire. Thing is about my brothers, he can just sit down and do this. I really wish he would come on BandLab, but he's a busy dad with other priorities these days. Used to roll the 66, had the pioneers that hit 12 bumping Plymouth VIP. But I had to switch. I gave it up. Yuri. That don't mean a thing on the earth of the king. For the glory and the mic is what I bring. Yeah. We live for him. Who we living for? We live for the king. Cause we need him more. I need him in my soul. Like my soul. Here we go. Do the rebel, switch the flow. It's true, the rebel, hit the flow. My God, my Lord is willing. Repping the kingdom. We killing. Break them off, it's how we feel it. Flexing, we preach it, they grilling. True, the rebels back. On the mic again, they say we kill it. Rebel with the realist. This is crazy for my God, the realist. Who we living for? Christ. Cause we need him more. I know that he's real. Feel it in my soul. I'm repping Christ with the this is the rebel. straight through.
So I'm composing spoken word, keep it going. I ain't slowing until I'm showing. Preach till the church is growing. Keep his image on my wrist, so when I'm tempted, resist.
What
I'm
would
a soldier
Jesus
for
do?
the king in his army when I spit. I'm a Martian floating out of space. I'm marching loud when I pray, like a Spartan or a saint. Hearts hardened, spitting the James
Harding.
With the range is getting darker in these days. Spit it loud. Madison Square Garden with the gang.
What? What?
My God, my Lord is willing, repping the kingdom. We killing, break them off, is how we feeling. Flexing, we preach it, they grilling. Drew the rebels back on the mic again. They say we kill it, rebel with it. Witness, this is crazy for my God, the realist.
Realist. That's that little thing where you cut that one word, you pop it down. You gotta zoom in to see that one word. Cut it. Pull it down. There it is again on Real Talk. See that? They know what they're doing. This is Yell It Out. Sweet tracks.
I'm saved, I'ma yell it out.
I'm saved, I'ma yell it out.
I'm saved, I'ma yell it out. Been redeemed by the King, I'ma yell it out.
Real Talk.
I died, life changed mine, aimed high, changed life, God came, saved I. So on the day I realized about the name, went to the church, started to apply to change. Met with the pastor, told me about the game, about how I'm saved.
See those about the games? Those last two things getting repeated. That's a lot of production right there. Hell yeah. I'm saved and yell it out.
Been changed, I'm free, water in my cup.
Ooh,
Been
yeah.
anointed by the Father, bang it in the trunk. Made his team, I'm redeemed, better back it up. I'm saved, I'm
Need some
saved,
cashews.
I'ma yell it out. I'm saved, I'ma yell it out. I'm saved, I'ma yell it out. Been redeemed by the King, I'ma yell it out. I'm saved, I'ma yell it out. I'm saved,
When Andrew does this stuff, I'm blown away.
Man, I gotta thank God every day. Save me from my sin, cause he paid the way. Now my brother says I go to the extreme. But I go hard since he put me on the team. I bang it in the trunk, I ain't looking back. But they don't understand it when they look at rap. Jesus is alive and he's coming back.
What?
Now I'm different. Tell the world it's a rap. I'ma live redeemed. I'ma do it for the King. I'ma live it free. His will, it was meant for me. I rep Christ, so I'm
Bonifacius.
yeah, I'm saved. Yell it out if you haven't heard. I'm saved.
I'm
free,
saved.
Couldn't pass it up. Been changed. I'm free. Water in my cup. Been anointed by the Father, bang it in the trunk. Made his team, I'm redeemed, better back it up. I'm saved,
I'm saved.
I'ma yell it out. I'm saved, I'ma yell it out. I'm saved, I'ma yell it out. Been redeemed by the King, I'ma yell it out. I'm saved, I'ma yell it out. I'm saved, I'ma yell it out. I'm saved.
I'm getting a sour stomach, everybody, so if I leave early, my bad. Might be alright. It's late. It's 11 o'clock here. I've had a kind of rough day. So don't hate me if I cut it short today. Tomorrow, the next few days, we're going to talk in depth more about what type of effects do what. We might have a couple shows with less music and me actually going through and playing with effects live on the show in BandLab. I want to show you guys some of the things you can do with the lab, because it really does have everything you need to make a production just like this. Now this is Alternate. I love that. It's like this slight auto-tune chorus kind of harmony thing he does. Oh, it's so good. So when my brother started publishing some of these tracks on SoundCloud and SoundClick, this is before Rap Chat and before BandLab, 2011 through 2014. I think 2014 he sold the rest of them, or gave the rest of them to a certain Christian SoundCloud guy for him to release them one a week for like all of the ones he'd done for like 45 weeks, and they just re-released them all, and then it all kind of ended with some of the ones that never been released, and it kind of, I think they finished the releases by the 2014 was 2015 maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right. Early 2015, I believe. But all these were recorded 2011, 2013, or 2014. So unbelievable, until the day I die. God, I just can't stop. End of 2013 and the beginning of 2014 was the recording of the second New 11 album. Drew 11 was between that and 2012. In 2011, on 11/11/11 is when they recorded the first track, which I have not released yet. It's coming soon. Ending up on their sports teams for basketball, they recorded a song on 11/11/11, and they dubbed the band New 11. When he did his solo album, The Rebel, my brother Andrew, he did it under the name Drew 11, The Rebel. And I think there's like 9 or 12, somewhere in that zone, tracks that are Drew 11. Might be 14 or something. There's about 9 or 10 tracks they did the first year, maybe 11 actually. And that's what these first few tracks were. And then they completed an entire final album, and it was 30-something songs. And all those songs were re-released later. This is Alternate.
Cause I was planted by streams, the words and laws of you that grew me up strong and made me bear fruit, even in my youth, to give you glory by proclaiming the truth. And I don't aspire only to spit fire, cause since you gave living water, overflowing's my desire. You made me a spring of your living spirit, so I sing for the King in hopes that people hear it. And rap is one speaking the very words of God in meter, so you will get all the glory. Chapter 4, 1 Peter. May my meditations and the words of my mouth be pleasing in your sight, my rock and my redeemer. I give you everything, my body as an instrument, so use my golden pipes anytime as you see fit. I cannot help speaking of what I've seen and heard. All glory be to God, Father, Spirit, Word. All the glory be to
God is original, so unbelievable, until the day I die. God, he's a runner go. I just can't stop. God, he's original, unbelievable, until the day I die. Be to God, he's a runner go. I just can't stop. Woo. Feel like there's some sermon coming, but I don't think there is. It was a different track. It just has this kind of...
Straight out of Diamond Style Products.
There you go. That's the producer of the track. Engineered by either Andrew. I think it's... I would say that one's engineered by Andrew, me, and Alternate. And I'm the record producer on that. At this point, I'm the only person distributing the music. And they recorded it and put it to tape using my equipment, either in my house or on loan. Recorded on a G5 with a PreSonus preamp, this microphone, this pop screen, and he would hang it upside down from his rafters in his garage and get to work. And this microphone only costs $50 if you want to buy one. This mount is almost as much as it. It's called Put Me in the Game. One of my favorites. Send you a condenser mic. All my mics are up there behind that blue curtain right there. Lots of them. Mostly drum microphones. I have a condenser that needs to be repaired. It's about $100 repair on a $500 pair of microphones. Rhodes NT5, the first 6 months they put them out, and the first batch they put out, and they have become world-renowned for that microphone. Put in the game. Damn. I don't care if it's the playoffs or just another scrimmage. I'll put my heart in it to the finish. So for the Lord, every day I'm learning how to keep pushing it even more. He is my hope, my audience. I feel it when I score. I'm preaching to these rappers for the glory of the Lord. I look to the sky, head high when I worship. I believe. I have a Omni mic from when I first started recording music. My first microphone. It's like a small version of this. Hey. There's a lot of ways to come by them. I don't know about where you are, but where I am, you can go to a pawn shop and probably find a decent $100 mic in the $25, $30 range. Might have to go to a few pawn shops to find it. Used microphones at Guitar Center are a snap of a deal. I've been wondering if anybody's recording wearing a mask at home, and if that works as a pop filter. As if you don't have a pop filter, you can just hold a mask right here in between the two things, and it might work just fine as a pop filter. Maybe tear one layer of the mask off, like the blue layer, or those cheap ones. And like I said before, you can take, if you don't have a pop screen, and you got yourself a $25 mic, something like this, you can use a coat hanger or whatever, and you can hold it in your hand, and hold your lyrics right here if you need to, unless you're just freestyling. And you can hold it right here, and you can put a sock over it, you can put nylons over it, you can put a t-shirt over it, one layer of a t-shirt cut.
Put me in the game. Put me in the game. Put me in the game.
Boom. Pretty interesting. Every time I listen to one of these songs, I try to listen for common denominators in the beats, because I'm hoping I can make some beats that just pull my brother right back into rapping. I don't think it's going to happen. He said everything you can possibly say. I I'm sure every once in a while he gets a random message and he has to write some lyrics. But I think he feels like he was being distracted by it in some way. Yeah.
Baptized, missional. Got love for the saints, so I spit a flow. I'm crushing every mic, international. Drew the rebels back, praying, chilling, comfortable. I throw it in the air, life without a care. He won't give me more in this life than I can bear. And even though I
Let's say you did only have a dynamic mic.
he will never bring me down.
What would you want to do?
Despair. I do it every day for his promises.
You would want to get it as hot as possible. You would really want to have a very quiet space to work in. You want to make sure you're not cupping over the capsule, or you're going to get a lot of extra bass. Unless you got a really high voice, then you might want to cup it a little bit. You're going to want to hold it a few inches apart, and the louder you get, you're going to want to pull it away. And the quieter you get, the closer you're going to want to get. And you're going to want to kind of use this as a feedback control, or a kind of a volume control. You don't want to go too extreme with it, but you want to definitely do the microphones. You want the headphones on the ears, peak a little bit of the natural sound, and kind of work the distance as a sort of dynamic controller. And you can actually get quite good results with a nice dynamic mic. Actually, just a budget dynamic mic. As long as you're not... When you're loud, you don't want to blow the capsule with the power of your vocal cords. So you bring it down here when you're going quiet. But when you gotta get loud, you pull it out of the phone like that. And as you get loud, you gotta move it away from your mouth. This is intentional. You gotta stay intentional. Go! Condenser mics are actually quite difficult to get right. I prefer two of them in a sort of stereo setup like this, crossing each other. And then you're going to want to be about this far away, and you're going to want to not point directly at them, because it'll be really easy to pop them. So you're going to kind of record yourself like this, and you'll find that this one will get a lot of bass and this one will get a lot of highs, and then you're going to want to mix those two sounds, and you're going to want to make sure you don't get phased. So you're going to want to have them at the same spot, or you're going to want to have them 3 times as far away as you are far away from them, or 5 if you can. And the further apart they are, like this on the side, the better a sound you're going to get for your phase cancellation. And overlapping, you're going to have a lot of nuanced phase cancellation, which can actually be very beautiful and stereo feeling. Oh, this is I'm So Gone. It's already previously released. I didn't know that.
So if I'm speaking to you on these beats like Iron Ray, to sin is a lie. What you hear is what you say. They so fake.
We already heard this one. So this is Building Steam. This is a well-known beat, and this is their take on it. My brother's take on it, I believe. Drew 11. Reezy, what up? We're about to listen to Building Steam by New 11. My in real life little brother's track. Boost the volume up.
stepping in immaculate, telling you that I'm rapping it about my Jesus, feeling I'm in the game, I'm staying passionate. Every beat, man, I'm smashing it. My buddy Ray is classic and hold the faith, never acting, glowing lights, camera action it. Spreading truth with my homie Ray, we feeling it the only way through the sun.
Pretty sure it's just a single take.
Yeah, the holy way, the only way we quitting is when I finish my mission, sharing the gospel, a disciple, the apostle commission, and I'm on my mission lens. I mean, I'm kicking it like a fisherman. My expedition,
imagine my brother doing
I'm still
it.
looking for the missing man. I'm motivated on a mission, overrated. I be spitting. He's amazing, blessing my place, and I'm stressing the occasion. You better pay attention. This rap ain't about a pension. I'm here for the glory. It's a story all about his blessings. Who be stressing, living? The Father can answer all your questions. With some patience and some faith, he's omnipresent in your presence. The sovereign can solve them all of your problems. He can dissolve them when you're calling, when you're falling, you're crawling, you're standing in awe of him. My God will keep you right with this. My squad will keep you hype with this. His righteousness will keep you going, flowing like when I'm writing this. His righteousness may seem impossible, improbable, but probably you haven't read his parables. Come on, what's stopping you? You gotta be listening, cause living in sin will bother him. So follow me through his prophecy. You can live and honor him. It's Jesus Christ forever. Any condition or weather, I will be content. I promise I'll bend in prayer to better my relationship with the Father on the Bible or honor. Without compromise, I gotta rise, praise and worship and honor. Yeah, I'm never gonna stop it. I keep walking till my coffin as a token of appreciation till our nation's flocking. He's the author, why even bother with me? But he's the sovereign reigning over me. I'm overly excited that he's chosen me to represent the president. I'm veteran, I'm better than the Pharisees and Gentiles. I'm for Jesus, man, it's evident. Stay humble when I'm dropping this on mics till the apocalypse. There ain't no stopping this. I bet I catch a buddy rocking this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Damn. What? Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
This is 11,
Witness.
22, 11.
Rebel. I'm loving what we're doing right now. Yeah. Let me see if I got it. Tell the world I'm stepping in, incredible with this medicine. Rebel beat the devil, Armageddon bars be heaven sent. Spitting
This
more
might be the
intelligent, my thoughts are
one
so
I was thinking was 11,
irrelevant.
11,
But I'm not
11.
connected to the devil, new 11-ish. Living lavish, even though I'm lower than the pedals. And I'ma keep it pedal when no stopping me, I'm headed in. Alien, the witness, been hot at least a billion degrees below the normal. I'm not human, just a spirit. Angel, I'm a till and knock your face off the solid tiger. I hit the woods and burn fire till the place gone. 2211, I rap it. Turn the message to weapons. Rap, I'm killing the demons, and it's a blessing that it's a rap. Like mummies get crisis coming. Running this witness, burning the sun to get witness me as the son of man. Yeah, new 11 flyer, true rebel. When it's fire, new gospel. It's a caution for the devil.
It's 11, 22, 11. It's raining true. We spitting true. New 11's in the booth. We on the mic. We claiming Christ.
It's 11, 22, 11.
It's raining true. We spitting true. New 11's in the booth. Crushing tracks. The witness and the rebel. Christ is coming back. It's true. The rebel. I take the whole cake in the booth. The noise level's crazy with the bass. Book of truth. It's settled. I spit it for the saints. Staying true. Heavy metal. Going hard in the paint. Got a heart for the faith. So pardon my ways. I take part of my day to march in and pray. I'm a march in the day. Keep bars in the case from the stars out of space. My home's far and away. Claiming Christ in tracks. I got the Christ in back. Got my life on track. I keep the light in a rap. Yeah, I stepped in the booth. Mic detached. Still spit a flow. We call it righteous rap. You ain't like this crap. Don't care. New 11's from God. We floating in the air. 11's one spirit, one mind, one pair. God ain't giving us more than we can bear. Yeah.
It's 11, 22, 11.
It's raining true. We spitting true.
New 11's in the booth.
We on the mic. We claiming Christ. It's
11, 22, 11. It's raining true.
We spitting true. New 11's in the booth. Crushing tracks. The witness and the rebel. It's 11,
22, 11.
It's
Raining true. We spitting true. New 11's in the booth.
We on the mic. We claiming Christ. It's 11,
22,
11. It's raining true. We spitting spitting true. New 11s in the booth, crushing tracks, the witness in the rebel crisis.
Coming back.
Stand and say figure the flow is 8. 11 must be the number, I'm meaning it's something great. Maybe it's a warning, maybe Ray is the only way. Without the Ray, I guess it's like the sun is gonna spit what Revelation say. It's the way of things, I follow God, Christ my King. Read the Bible, Holy Spirit, angel will enlighten me. When she sings, it's a dream. When you scream, it's the beast. Meteor showers, call it heaven. Follow wings, yeah, I'm not chillin'. I love Christ, I thank God twice. And I think about him like all night. Then I talk to him like hello, he speaks like the power in his might is so bright. The words tight, the words right like when I write the
After this track, we'll do one more. It's one of my favorites. And we'll call it a night. It's 11, 22, 11. It's Ray and Drew. We spitting the truth in the booth, in the booth.
We on the mic, we claiming Christ.
It's 11, 22, and one more minute.
It's Ray and Drew. We spitting true. New 11s in the booth, crushing tracks, the witness in the rebel crisis coming back.
All right, this is gonna be the last track. I hope everybody enjoyed peeking into what my brother does. I didn't happen to find anybody to feature today. I mean, I have a bunch of people to feature. I didn't happen to find time in my day to get a feature going. We ended up going to seeing a bunch of Christmas lights today. I don't really want to speak about all the crazy stuff that went down today. It was just a crazy day. And I needed to hear some of these songs today, so I hope everybody enjoyed this little trip into the Christian rap world that my brother created with New 11. Praying for a miracle.
Sitting here, I'm staring at the stars. I'm praying to my God. I'm feeling high, but at the same time feeling low, cause life is hard. It's life is all we are, but without him, I'm less than death. I'm stressed, the mask completed for his will. I'm looking for his final step. He will he answer me? The sin I'm walking in is cancer. See, the sin is after me. I'm struggling, I'm panicking. The world has captured me. I'm living wrong, decomposing. I'm dying slow. I don't know where to go or who to seek. I need a miracle. I need some self-help. With some sin, I'll kill myself. I'm supposed to be safe from this world, but don't know how it felt. Need some sovereign, yes, all of him. I wanna follow still. I'm praying to you, God, please rescue me, save me for real. For real, for real.
Yeah.
Hey, praying for a miracle. Yes, God.
Hey,
Yes, God. Please, Lord. Hey, praying for a miracle. From my sin. Hey, praying for a miracle. Yes, God. Please, Lord. Hey, praying for a miracle. 'Cause I think it's too late for me. Can't remember how I got here. Been waiting for so long to conquer sin, but then my thoughts clear. He sent his son, the Holy One in Calvary, the only son. The victory been meant for me. He died for
I love you,
me,
Andrew.
chose me on. This lust, this
You're my
pride
favorite
I had
brother.
inside for years. I've tried to hide, but I don't need it. I need
You're my
Jesus
favorite rapper.
breathing in my life. I'm broken
Sorry to
when
any
I
rappers
chose to
listening to
sin.
this,
I
but
gotta need to go to him. He's always
I love my
open.
little
I'm
brother.
awoken 'cause I put my hope in him. He takes the
He lit a fire under my ass with this stuff.
I'm forgiven from this burden. I've been purchased by his grace. By his grace. I'm not a slave. Now I carry on his name, 'cause now I live again. He broke the chains, a miracle. I'm saved. Yes. Yes.
I'm praying for a miracle.
Praise God.
I'm praying for a miracle.
He saved me.
I'm praying for a miracle.
If you've ever been in that place where you sin and repent and repent again, and you can't figure out how to change, then all you need to do is come to God with your burden. Ask to be free. Once and for all. It's never too late.
Never.
Stay disciplined in His word.
Love you guys.
If you ever
We are
wanna go
music.
back to that sin,
See you later, dudes.
just call on Jesus.
Have a nice night.
He'll find a way.